Evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to the evening session of Being Heartful Every Day with Swadhyaya. This week, we are reflecting deeply on the theme of designing destiny, a profound reminder to all of us that we are not merely passengers in life, but co creators of our inner and outer realities. The choices we make, the thoughts we nurture, the inner conditions we cultivate all contribute to the designing of our destiny. Integrate Swadhyaya into your daily routine through sadhana, reflection, and introspection, diary writing, and study of the Master's work. This is the invitation we continue to live into each day, Swadhyaya, in this renewed journey. It is not a parallel activity, but the spirit behind every activity. It is a conscious lens, a gentle companion who walks with us during our meditation, nudges us during our reactions, and reveals insights as we study the words of our beloved masters. Designing destiny goes far beyond reacting to what life throws at us. It is the art of living consciously, with intention, and with an awareness of the spiritual consequences of each thought, feeling, and action. In heartfulness, we learn that our lives are shaped not by random fate, but by impressions, some scars carried from the past and formed in the present. These impressions influence our responses, our preferences, and the subtle architecture of our inner world, but we are not bound by them. Through spiritual practice, we are given the tools to design, reshape, and elevate our destiny. When we meditate, we cultivate clarity. When we do the cleaning, we free ourselves from the gravitational pull of old patterns. And when we offer prayer, we align with the higher will, offering ourselves in humility and in love. Designing destiny means acknowledging that we nurture within ourselves today becomes the condition we carry into tomorrow. Each time we choose love over judgment, stillness over reaction, inner work over blame, we redirect the course of our spiritual journey. It is not an overnight transformation, it is a quiet commitment repeated across many days, a refinement of our choices, attitudes, and inner climate. And as we continue in this inner journey, please consider extending the invitation of master classes and BHED sessions with your loved ones. They may be someone quietly yearning for direction or depth who just needs a gentle nudge to begin. This evening, dear sisters and brothers, let us continue reading from the article How to Make the Most of Life by beloved Daji. If a person lives in a rough neighborhood where they are always afraid to walk through the streets, how well they sleep at night. They would adjust even though they are afraid, but their brain cells would adapt to that external violent atmosphere. Per contra, a person living in a peaceful environment will have brain cells adapted to a peaceful atmosphere where there is less effort required and therefore less entropy. For anything to remain stable, we need energy input. To maintain balance and stable behavior, effort is required. And why do we make efforts? Because we are interested in both goals, aspirations, and lifestyle changes are all connected with growth and evolution. How to go about this? Again, the answer is the heartfulness cleaning method that changes our behavior from the root From the subconscious level, what it requires is practice. Other factors. Designing our own destiny is one thing, but other factors also have an impact on us reaching our destination. For example, Lord Jesus Christ did not choose to be crucified. That was not his goal. Other people did that to him. And Lord Rama and Mother Sita did not aspire to go into the forest. Was it written in their destinies that they both suffered so much? No, because no less a person than the Saptarishi Vashishta Muni gave the benediction for their marriage. He said, "This is the best couple, the best horoscope combination." And yet, they suffered greatly. It was one of the King Dasharath's queens, Kaikeyi, who caused their miseries. Was it the destiny of millions of Jewish people to be killed so mercilessly at the behest of Hitler? No destinies can be changed and manipulated by many factors, other human beings, circumstances, and the environment. So, while we do have an important part to play in our destiny, it's quite complex. It requires interest and enthusiasm toward a better goal and the aspiration to achieve that goal. Also, what happens when we leave our destiny to God or our karmas? While our karmas do determine our destiny, this one sided attitude is the reason why some people, including many Hindus, are weak and impotent in this world. They leave everything to God and don't do anything for themselves. Instead, let's do our part toward weaving our destiny in a masterful way. Discipline. There's no magic wand for discipline. Otherwise, one Jesus would have been enough. One Krishna would have been enough. Even during their lifetimes, they could not change people. Discipline is an individual phenomenon because we have the freedom to choose our own way of life. And often we choose the easy path. We prefer to go downhill, whereas to climb Everest takes time and a level of organization, discipline, and effort. Even keeping our homes organized requires discipline and effort. For example, your children's room become untidy if you don't regularly arrange their books, toys, and clothes. Someone has to keep them tidy and clean. Discipline is also necessary in the cosmos. Planets don't deviate from their orbits. So, what provides the energy input to keep them organized? If we say that it is gravitation, then the question arises, what creates gravitation? This leads to deeper and deeper questions. Dear sisters and brothers, taking a pause from reading right now, and let us now sit with few quiet moments, letting the words settle, not just in the intellect but in the heart. And with our hearts open and reflective, let us now join together in the universal prayer, radiating love, peace, and harmony to all the beings in all dimensions. All brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। Let this collective vibration settle into the silence of the evening, illuminating our inner landscape and connecting us in unity and love. Dear sisters and brothers, as you prepare to close the day, take a few moments to offer your bedtime prayer. Reflect on how you responded to the day's events. Were there moments where you remembered the Master, moments where you forgot, and lessons in between? You may also choose to journal your reflections as a part of Swadhyaya, capturing small realizations, shift in perceptions, or areas where change is calling. This rhythm of practice, reflection, and Swadhyaya is what journally sculpts our destiny. And we thank you for joining this evening session today. And we look forward to your presence for the morning session at 6 a.m. tomorrow as we continue walking the path together, designing our destiny through the heart's wisdom and the soul's surrender. Wishing you all a very good night. Rest in stillness, reflect with love, grow with grace. Thank you.